Let's build an AI-powered meditation generator API. We'll do this in a breeze with BuildShip, a low-code visual backend builder. With BuildShip, building powerful APIs and backend functions become much simpler, even if you're not a coding expert. Ready to see how? Let's dive in. Here we are in the BuildShip dashboard, and we're currently on the templates page. And as you can see, there's a bunch of templates available to help you get started building your own backend. From here, we'll select the Meditate GPT template to get started. As you can see, this creates a fully completed workflow for us with all the necessary nodes that we need in order to generate our meditation session. But before we deploy our workflow, let's take some time to go through each of the nodes in this workflow so that you have a good understanding of what's going on. Each node in our workflow will be executed sequentially from top to bottom. The first node we're using here is a trigger node. In this case, we're using the REST API called trigger. In just about any BuildShip workflow, a trigger is the entry point. It's responsible for kickstarting the execution of the workflow. BuildShip provides numerous triggers that you can use, such as triggers for handling Stripe events or for executing your workflow at scheduled intervals. Eventually, when we deploy our workflow, we'll get a publicly accessible API endpoint that we can use to trigger our workflow. This particular trigger expects two inputs. The first one is for the endpoint path. In this case, we're setting it to generate meditation, and the HTTP method, in this case, it's set to post. Next, we're using the OpenAI chat node to generate the meditation script. The first thing we'll do here is set our OpenAI API key. So we can go to secrets and select it from there. If you don't already have one, then you can easily create one by going to secrets and select add secret. Next up, we have our system prompt, and this is where we're instructing GPT. We're telling it that it's a guided meditation expert, and what we want it to do is generate a meditation script for us in JSON format. We also specify the duration of the meditation script. This is something that the client will be able to pass in the request body to dictate how long they want the meditation session to be. The next important bit here is the user request. This is the description of the meditation session that we want to generate. Here we're getting this from the request body. We can leave the temperature to 0.7, and the model we want to use is GPT-4. So after the OpenAI chat node is executed, we expect the output to contain the meditation script in JSON format. For further clarity, this is what the JSON script will look like. The first thing we have is a title for the meditation session, and more importantly, we have a vocals array where each entry will contain a text and timestamp. Ultimately, we're going to be converting each text in this vocals array to speech, and we're going to be using the timestamp to distribute each speech when we combine them into a single meditation clip. The only thing is that the OpenAI chat node will return a JSON string. So next we use the parse JSON node to convert that JSON string into a valid JavaScript object that we can work with. Here, the JSON string input is coming from the OpenAI chat output. Perfect. So the parse JSON node will give us our meditation script as a valid JavaScript object that we can now operate on. Now what we want to do is loop through each item in the vocals array and convert the text to speech. For this, we're using the loop node. We're specifying that the items we want to loop over is the vocals array that we get from our parse JSON node. We're setting the concurrency to 3, and the important bit here is what nodes we want to execute for each iteration. Because we want to convert the vocal text to speech, we're using the playHT integration node to convert the text to speech. The input text that we want to convert is coming from current loop item, and specifically what we want is the text field. While we're here, let's set our playHT API key. We're going to go to secrets and select playHT. And as always, if you don't already have a playHT API key, then you can create one by going to secrets and add secret. So this loop will run over each item in our vocals array, and it will use the playHT text node to convert the text to speech. And after this loop has finished executing, the final output will be an array of audio URLs that we get back from the playHT API. Next, we get to the crucial node in this workflow. This is the combine audio node. This node will take the audio URLs that we get back from our loop. It will take the duration that we get from the request body, and it will receive the vocals array that we extract from our parse.json node. And underneath, it will use the ffmpeg package to combine our audio URLs as well as a nice relaxing random background music into one audio clip. If you want, you can optionally specify your own background music, but if you don't specify one, then a random background music will be used. And after executing, this node will write the combined audio file to a local file path. So the next thing we want to do is upload the combined audio file to cloud storage. We're going to be using the default cloud storage bucket that comes with every BuildShip project. So the only thing we need to do here is specify the file we want to upload. To do this, we're selecting the output of the combined audio node, which is the file path where the combined audio is saved. Next, we're specifying the destination in the cloud storage bucket where we want to upload our meditation file. We're storing it in the meditation folder with a unique name in MP3 format. And we've reached the end of our workflow. The last thing we want to do is use the return node to return the publicly accessible URL of the meditation audio we just uploaded. So we're setting the value we want to return to the download URL of the upload file node. And we're setting the status code to OK to indicate a successful execution of our workflow. And that's all there is to it. We're now in the position where we can ship and deploy our new workflow. And after a few seconds, we can see that the deployment was successful. Great, so our workflow is now live and publicly accessible. So how about we put it to the test? We'll copy the endpoint URL, and we want to make a post request to our workflow endpoint. In the body of the request, we'll set the description to energize me, and we'll set the duration to 300 seconds. So this will give us a 5 minutes long meditation session that we can listen to. We'll send the request, and would you look at that, after just a few seconds, we get back the publicly accessible URL of our meditation session. We'll copy this URL, open it in a new tab, and as you can see, we get back a meditation clip that is exactly 5 minutes long. And that's a wrap. With a few simple steps and no deep coding required, we've successfully built our own AI-powered meditation generator API using BuildShip. It's amazing how we can bring such innovative ideas to life with minimal hassle. So, what's stopping you? Start creating with BuildShip and see where your creativity takes you. That's all for today. Stay tuned for more exciting projects, and until the next one.